New rules in effect for pet owners in Spartanburg County.
Yeah, that's right. Angel Cox is here with us from the Spartanburg Humane Society with a special guest, and she's going to also break down the rules on what you can expect in Spartanburg County, too. Thanks for being here, Angel.
Well, I mean, the number one thing that they really put into play was taking metal chains off of animals. Animals that are chained out, you know, in their yard, really taking no more metal collars, no more metal chains. It also has to be able to swivel. The dog has to be able to move, basically be on a runner so that it can't get tangled up, you know, like on a tree with the wire and everything. And then we see a lot of animals come into our vaccine clinic that are wearing basically logging chains. So big, heavy chains on them, that is no more. So, I mean, 100%. And then also putting into effect that it has to have adequate shelter, so they, you know, no longer can use a plastic dog crate out in the yard because that gives them absolutely nothing. Always had to have water and food, but really kind of getting a little bit more structure as to how that they can be tied out and everything.
I mean, you know, you know, so many of us, like, I mean, I know Christy and myself, we love our dogs. They live indoors. They're like our family members.
Exactly.
Yeah. But for some other people, it's not so much.
Exactly. And that was really, I guess, what we ran up against, because as the Spartanburg Humane Society, we really pushed for a little bit more wording. We wanted them to limit the amount of time that they could actually be tethered, no matter what kind of line you're on.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yes.
Is there a timeline?
Absolutely not. So still in Spartanburg, they can be tethered 24/7 for their entire life.
And it seems like it's hard to enforce, too.
It is, and that was the biggest thing, was enforcement was going to be very difficult. We wanted to be able to give them something so that when an animal is tied out and their doghouse, they're not able to get cooled off and they're in immediate danger of maybe a heat stroke. We wanted animal control to be able to intervene and say simply, the temperature is too hot. There was a heat advisory. Temperature was too hot. And you must bring them in. So we were hoping for that. I will have to say, County Council said this isn't the end. So maybe just getting something started and maybe looking to get some more things put in place. That's what we're looking to do.
This was a good start, and a lot of changes. That
it
people,
is,
you know, and that's probably going to change the minds of a lot of
people.
You know?
And that's the biggest thing is, just like what you said, they're part of your family. We really have to get people to understand that animals are part of your family, where right now even government entities and just people, they look at them more as property. And that's what they say. We don't want you telling us what we can do with our property. I understand, but you know, look at this. Her mother was found out on the street wandering, was a stray in the city of Spartanburg, had just had a litter of puppies. She's had a rough life, lived outside all of her life. That's definitely not the weather, not the temperament. Think about all these afternoon storms that come up, all of these dogs just left outside. It's just not the best environment for them, and that's why we want that trimmed down.
All right, and just lastly about Bella.
This is Bella.
Right? She's up
This
for adoption.
is Bella, and she is part of a litter. We actually have, I'll let you see her little face. We have 4 others that look a little bit like Bella. She's like, what is this crazy hat?
She's a Chihuahua, right?
She is a Chihuahua. That's why she's wearing her sombrero. She is part of the auction. She will be available Saturday night at Halter, which is a nonprofit in Spartanburg that we support wholeheartedly, letting people know that family and animals go together, and these really do help your family members. So, but she is available there. It starts at 6:30.
What day again?
Saturday night.
Saturday night.
So she will be up for adoption at Halter. They still have tickets available, I am sure.
Okay.
And but yes, and she comes with all kinds of things. So
she's going to command a high dollar. I already know. People are going to want that.
I might take her myself.
I know. She's irresistible.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys.
Angel, very
and thank
much.
you, Bella.